I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy. If you've ever been on a cruise and found yourself struggling to justify the cost of internet access, then I think you're going to be very interested in this alternative. These days, cruise ship Wi-Fi packages can be tied to things you might not even want, like drinks and dining, or just limit the speed and the sites that you can even access. So when GigSky got in touch about their Cruise eSIM product, I thought this could be interesting. And yes, this video is sponsored by GigSky, but as always, I'll give you my honest review and opinion based on my experience using it. Let's get into it. Cruise ship Wi-Fi can be super pricey. Depending on the cruise duration and cruise line, it can be eye-wateringly expensive, even up to hundreds of dollars per week. While speed has certainly improved thanks to newer technology now available on most ships, the truth is you're very much locked into the cruise line ecosystem. Some cruise lines bundle internet with other items that you just might not want or be interested in. Until recently, the only alternative was really mobile phone roaming, but based on the cost alone, that was not really a viable option for anyone. I also know that while some of you do want to be connected all the time, a lot of you don't. Sometimes you just want internet access to check in on friends and family back home, check in on life back home, maybe post occasionally to social media or check an email. You don't necessarily want to be accessible all the time when you're on a cruise. One of the appeals of cruising is that you can so easily disconnect. This is where GigSky really shines. GigSky is an eSIM provider, which basically means you don't need to fiddle with a physical SIM card. Your phone needs to be eSIM compatible, but basically anything from at least the past 5 or 6 years will be. We're talking about if you have an iPhone, anything from about the 10S, 10R onwards is sorted for an eSIM. Setup is as easy as downloading their app, picking a data plan, and then the eSIM installs straight onto your phone. It's easy and the app will walk you through the entire process. What makes their product extra interesting is that they also offer cruise specific and cruise and land packages. So with the same eSIM, you can basically go off and on the ship and use the exact same service for internet access. It makes life incredibly easy. It all sounds good, and so I used my recent Alaskan cruise as a test bed to see how it worked in practice. Firstly, setup, as I said, was incredibly easy. I downloaded the app, I chose a cruise specific plan, and I installed the eSIM and off I went. The app and website will guide you through everything, including the need to alter the settings on your phone to make sure that your regular SIM, which is attached to your phone number at home, is not being used for data. On board, and once the ship was at least 15 miles from land, I was able to toggle the service on and connect to the ship's cellular network. It was very quick and easy to connect, and the internet speed was plenty fine for social media, messaging, checking maps even, and uploading stories to Instagram and Facebook, which is what I spend a lot of my time doing. We're not talking Netflix binges here, but honestly, it was a lot smoother than I expected. I had free basic Wi-Fi included with my cruise on Regent, and I would often rely on the GigSky alternative to upload things to Instagram and Facebook because it was just so slow with Regent. It wasn't blazingly fast with GigSky either, but it was better. Whenever I wanted to switch it off, it was as easy as turning on airplane mode on my phone. That killed any mobile or cellular connection on the spot, and reversing the process meant that I would be reconnected to the internet as quickly as anything. It was incredibly easy to manage my connection to the internet, and when I didn't want it, I just switched one button off and then turned it back the other way when I did. The GigSky app also lets you check your data usage throughout your trip, and you could top up easily if required. So what's good about GigSky? First of all is the convenience. Not having to deal with a physical SIM card, it just makes life so much easier. Combining the cruise and land internet package meant you could just use the same service across your entire trip. Secondly is the price. Although it's not unlimited, I think for the amount of data included in the various plans, it's actually a really great option for those of you that don't require an unlimited internet connection. If you're not seeking to stream the latest online series, it's cheaper than most cruise line internet packages, and then you only pay for the data that you actually need when you need it. Third is the flexibility. So being able to use that one service for your time ashore and on the ship just makes life really easy. If you have ship's internet on board, that's one thing, but when you're off and about exploring, there's a whole nother world to be connected to when you need access to maps, or even being able to just jump in an Uber if you feel like you want to do something yourself. To have the ability to do that from your phone with that same connection is fantastic. Of course, it's not all perfect. The speed is not blazingly fast, but like I said, for me personally, I found that uploading to Instagram and Facebook was actually more reliable and better using the GigSky service than Regent's basic Wi-Fi. If your particular cruise hugs the coast, then until the ship is about 15 miles offshore, you won't have access to this cellular network. So that's something to keep in mind for Australians and Kiwis in this neck of the woods though, and I think even for most cruise line passengers, that's not really going to be an issue. You'll also need a relatively modern phone, but I mean 5 or 6 years is probably not even that modern, but something that is capable of using an eSIM. You should be sorted on that front. The other thing is that they currently only charge you in US dollars. So for anyone outside of the US, you do need to account for the cost of currency conversion, or at least account for the difference in costs. I use a credit card that means I don't pay any conversion fees. So for me, it was really a non-issue. If you're a power user that just needs constant access to the internet and is very much interested in streaming services while you're cruising or on holidays, then perhaps ship's Wi-Fi is still the better bet at the higher cost. But I think for the vast majority of cruisers and people, GigSky is really compelling technology. It's practical and affordable and a really great way to stay connected on a cruise with the freedom to choose when you're online. While GigSky won't be for every use case, I think for the vast majority of people, those that are interested in messaging, maps, social media, and even using the same internet connection on and off the ship, it is pretty fantastic. If you'd like to try it out for yourself, I've popped a link in the description below. A big thanks to GigSky for supporting this video and to you for watching. Let me know in the comments, have you used an eSIM before while cruising? I'd love to know how you went with it. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to stay in touch more, you can head to my Facebook and Instagram pages at The Cruise and Travel Guy. As always, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.